Community Comment.
Thank you so much, Jake, and welcome everybody to Community Comment. Our guest today is a very busy lady, Sarah Cournoyer, the director of the Beaver Dam Community Library, and we'll tell you more why she's so busy in just a moment, in case you don't already know. But if you would like to join the conversation, boy, there's a lot of talk about the library these days. You can call us or text us at 920-887-9595. You can also call the WBEV studio line at 885-4446. Sarah, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Terry. Glad to be here.
And obviously you're so busy because this is the first day of the big move from the library's temporary location, several blocks south, back to the permanent location on North Spring Street.
That's right. Today is moving day, so everything starts happening behind the scenes to prepare for welcoming people in the community back to the renovated library. And we may call it the new library. It's the same footprint, but it is all new interior on that first floor, a lot of reconfiguration. You know, we've been talking about some of the added features of study rooms and meeting rooms. There's a conference room, so we're just really excited. And yeah, today I sat down to make another close sign and remembered, I have to get to the radio. So yeah,
we're glad
it's
you
a busy
remembered.
Time.
Yeah.
I am glad I remembered too. I'm really good about that. I didn't set an alarm, but maybe I will in future.
Yeah, for sure. So what all is going to be entailed? For the public, what they need to know is that any kind of physical library is going to be unavailable for roughly a month.
Yes, so we are closed today, and we reopen at 311 North Spring Street on Monday, May 18th. So book drops are closed. All the due dates for items checked out at Beaver Dam have been extended. We're encouraging people, there's still dusty stuff, drywall dust, and we're still cleaning and prepping. But we encourage people to use our neighboring Monarch libraries while we're closed. If you've got, I think almost all the holds got picked up yesterday, so we had staff calling Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday to just let people know that they had that opportunity to pick things up. If you did not, then those items will be on the shelf, and the hold date will be extended a week after we open on the 18th. What else about the move? So yes, due dates were extended for items checked out at our library. Your Monarch library card will work all around at Waupun, at Fox Lake, at Juneau, Reeseville, Iron Ridge, all of the Dodge County libraries. Columbus is part of the South Central system, so you may have your own card there. And Randolph is also part of South Central. But otherwise, you can visit any of those libraries to return materials if you're done with them, to check out new materials, or if you have holds that you're waiting for, you can change that holds location to one of those libraries if it's convenient for you, and get it sooner than if we're opening May 18th. But
how well do you feel the temporary location served you?
I think it was fantastic. We really were able to bring over all the materials except some duplicates, the audiobooks on CD, and paperbacks. But otherwise, the whole collection was there. We had full service library. People really enjoyed the feeling of spaciousness. They liked the layout. We tried new types of programming, and I think the service model with that technology area up front and the welcome information desk right there with folks to greet you or direct you when you get in, that's something that we're carrying over that people will see in the new library.
Certainly. And then at the new library, a couple of different kinds of improvements. The ones that patrons will notice and experience, and the ones that they maybe won't see but are very important.
Mm-hmm. I think accessibility wise, I was over for a meeting and it, you may know people use the library and city parking lot for school pickup for the middle school. So there was a parent there early and I was talking to her and she just loved the new entrance. Like she couldn't even go in yet, but she said it just looks so welcoming. And that's really what we wanted to do, make it convenient, make it welcoming and accessible. So, yeah.
And from what I understand, this is really going to be a 21st century library opposed to the 1980s era library we had before.
There are definitely some upgrades that you will see, which include those new meeting rooms, amenities like the Keller Reading Room with fireplace. The Folks Technology area will be an upgrade, so we will have not only our public internet stations, which continue to be really popular. So a lot of people may not have internet access at home, may not have a computer at home. So we really see a large volume of usage of those. But we're also adding 2 tables that are powered tables that will seat 8 people with their laptops. So if you bring your own device, there will be a convenient place for you to sit in that technology area. It will also feature our reference and local history and genealogy collection, the microfilm, public scanner. So just a quick fact, the library does not have a fax machine and has not since prior to 2016. So this has been a decade. What we do have, and we recommend it if you've got an option, is a scanner, and you can scan any documents. We do have, it's got a larger flatbed, but it also does 8.5 by 11. You can scan it for free to your email, to somebody else's email, to your flash drive. And that's a really portable way to get information somewhere in addition to the copy machine. So we know Staples, I think, is the only faxing service left now that Total Business has closed. But if your whoever you have to send forms to is frequently what we see, if they accept an email version of it, the library has you covered, and it'll be right up front there in that convenient technology area.
And then there are the improvements that you might not see with the naked eye, improvements to windows, to heating and air conditioning, to weatherproofing the building. A lot of those things haven't had some TLC in a long time.
That's right. There were many things that were original to the building, which is 42 years old this year. And so, like you said, yeah, there are things people may not notice. I really love the new windows. So all of the windows in the library have now been replaced. They had to replace over half of the sills for water damage. So that's all been cleaned up, and they're sealed. And so we'll see a good long life of use out of those. HVAC was upgraded, and we did get some focus on energy rebates on some of the energy efficiency upgrades that were included as part of that. Some of them were also code for refrigerant. I'm a librarian. I'm not an HVAC technician, so that's as detailed as I'm going to get. But suffice to say, it will be a good system that will continue to help us be a cooling and warming center for Beaver Dam and the larger Dodge County area.
Very good. We're talking about the Beaver Dam Community Library with our guest director, Sarah Cournoyer. We need to take a break, but we'll be right back. You're listening to Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Thank you very much, Jake, and welcome back to Community Comment. Big news today at the Beaver Dam Community Library, where the move from the temporary location back to the permanent location is underway. We're talking to Director Sarah Cournoyer about that and all kinds of other things happening at the library. If you have a question or comment for Sarah, you can join the conversation with a call or a text at 920-887-9595, or you can call the WBEV studio line at 885-4446. You know, an undertaking like the renovation takes a lot of money, and it certainly did, but I think it's also important for people to know that it is not costing necessarily very much tax money.
That's right. So this is approximately a $2.25 million renovation, and this was fully funded by the library endowment contribution of $1.5 million. So we are very thankful to previous library board members over the last 20 to 40 years who have really stewarded that well in order to do a big project in the community. And then the best part is the library enjoys outstanding community support. I just received another check yesterday, and that put us over the $825,000 mark. So
that's for individual donations?
That is for, a lot of people who may have given from $50 to $25,000. We did have 3 large donors, the Keller Family Trust and the Folks Foundation and the Beaver Dam Community Hospital Foundation. So they were a significant chunk, but the primary and majority amount of donations came from members of the community who appreciate and value what it provides. And some aren't even library users. Some just believe that a public library contributes to the quality of life, the enrichment of people's minds with access to ideas and information and resources, and really have stepped up to be generous. And we've also benefited from the RMDs. So that's the required minimum distribution when people reach a certain age. And so we've had people who have selected the library as their lucky recipient. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the library reopening, there's a very special event coming up soon.
Yes, I do believe this is the 22nd annual reading celebration, which is a long-term partnership between the library and the Alpha Xi chapter of Delta Kappa Gamma. A lot of former educators who are now retired, and we partnered to put on a really neat event for children and families. There will be a photo opportunity that Miss Sam would love me to share with all of you, with a friendly neighborhood tiger who is graphic.
Okay.
And then we will also have readers. There will be crafts, and best part of all, this is a special pre-opening event for children and families, grandparents, aunts and uncles. That includes you too. So however you want to define it, kids and their grown-ups will be welcome on Saturday, May 16th.
Okay,
we
so they'll
open
get
to
in
the public May 18th. This is a special pre-opening event for them.
Oh, that's pretty exciting. Do you have to register ahead of time?
You do not.
Okay,
Yep.
just show up, come as you are.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
And so that's from 10:30 to 12. The library doors will be open, but we wanted to save our soft launch till we're fully staffed on Mondays. We're a little lighter in terms of our staffing on Saturdays.
And I imagine that was part of the plan all along, to have this annual event be part of the sneak preview.
Well,
maybe, or maybe not. Maybe I'm assuming.
it was a happy accident.
Okay.
You know how synchronicity just seems to happen. We had thought we'd might be back in the building. That construction estimate, we had 6 to 9 months. So we set a date in May, which is when that usually occurs, and it just so happened that is the day. So we're making it happen.
All right, Saturday, May 16th. What time of day?
10:30 to 12.
Okay, very good. Well, we need to take another quick break. It's time for the news, but if you stick around, you'll hear more from Sarah Cournoyer about the Beaver Dam Community Library right here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Thank you very much, Jake, and welcome back to Community Comment, everybody. Our guest today is Sarah Cournoyer. She's the director of the Beaver Dam Community Library. It's a big day for the library today. The temporary location shut down yesterday. The move is on, and the new renovated permanent library will reopen on May 18th with a special pre-event on May 16th. But busy times for the library for sure. If you have a question, a comment about that, or anything else pertaining to the library, we invite you to join the conversation. You can call or text 920-887-9595, or you can call the WBEV studio line at 885-4446. I know it was a priority for you to have the move done and the library reopened in time for a very important time of year for the library, and that's summertime.
That's right. Summer library program is our busiest season of the year. It's when we see our highest number of visitors in circulation, and in part that's because kids are out of school. And there is benefit to keeping their reading and math muscles going, as well as there are parents and caregivers who have kids at home and they're looking for things to do. And the library definitely has the community covered. So summer library program, we traditionally start June 1st. That'll be the same this year. And I'm just kind of scrolling down to see what we've got. The first story time will be on Monday, June 8th. Sorry, I've got drywall dust in my throat.
No, that's fine. So take a sip of water if you need to.
Yeah. But the story time will start up, and we have, that just expands. So there's 9:30 and 1 p.m. so that we can fit all the folks in the room. There are, on Thursdays, there will be either a performer or a musician. So we have a magician coming. That'll be exciting. We are always looking forward to the Wisconsin Arts and Peony Fest.
Oh, yes.
So there are all kinds of great things going on around town, and I know the Chamber will be promoting those in Shannon Cooley with the tourism. And we are offering our Peony Tea Party again. So this year, because it's America's 250th birthday, we'll have a revolutionary flair to it. So we work with Diane Holland, who's a local artist, and she has helped us put on this Peony Tea Party. I think we're going on our 5th year now, maybe 4th or 5th.
Okay.
So last year we had a Jane Austen theme, and before that it was kind of just a tea party theme. So people dress up, and
nobody's going to be throwing the tea into the harbor, are they? Are they going to be throwing it into Beaver Dam Lake? That's not going to happen, is it?
They will not. That actually happened on December 16th. Of some year long ago. I don't have that one memorized. But yeah, no throwing the tea in. We also have water. It's a nice day. If it's a hot or rainy day, it's nice to come in and get some respite. It's a free event, and the library is always a great place to start off your downtown adventures when we have citywide festivals, because we have that ample parking. There are a lot of other public parking lots downtown. Sometimes those fill up, so yeah, I'm always putting in a plug for the library for that. We also have convenient and accessible restrooms, which can also be a benefit.
That's very important,
before
yes.
you head in or head out from downtown. Gosh, we also have a Minecraft party that we'll be putting on in June. Miss Sam is probably going to be coming along on our May conversation, so that she can talk about some of the exciting things coming up. Anita's dates are not all on the calendar yet, but there are some book clubs she'll be looking forward to talking to people about, as well as the community-wide read. So I will leave that for her. But yeah, we've got a full calendar. You can find that online at beaverdamlibrary.org, and then just choose the events button and it will take you to our online calendar. And the cool part about that is not only is it on your phone, you can add it to your calendar. And you can even set an email reminder. So I know people see our events sometimes and they're like, ooh, that sounds great. I'd love to go to that. And then we see them after the event and they're like, oh, that was yesterday. I forgot. So if you would like to be reminded, you can do that right through the online events calendar.
Yeah, and what a perfect solution to those times in the summertime when the kids start complaining that they're bored and there's nothing to do. The library has a solution.
That's right. You can come play in the play space. You can take a look at the pollinator garden that we have with native plants. We're looking forward to launching the Storybook Trail, and that will be, we've got a date we're getting set. We're working with the Parks Department, and there is a Civil War reenactment that's happening in Edgewater Park.
Oh.
So we're going to wait until after that because they want it to be really historically accurate in as much as possible. And
when is that?
June 13th and 14th.
Okay.
So I haven't seen any flyers or advertisement for it. I just
Didn't mean
I
to
have
put
an
you on the
inside
spot.
source.
Okay.
No, that's okay. I talked to Parks.
Okay,
So Joe
sure.
Kern, our forestry director, is working on that. But it'll be a date at the end of June, and the Storybook Trail is basically like a walking picture book. So there will be stations on the 1 mile loop trail, and families can, or anybody can visit out there and take a walk and read a book and get that extra enjoyment. So that was part of a Leadership Beaver Dam project by Jen Hiley and Chelsea Deaton. And we're really thankful for that and excited to be able to partner with the Parks Department and, add another attraction for.
Yeah, what a great idea. It's the best of both worlds. It's reading and the outdoors all in one.
Yep, we like to keep people busy. And another nice thing to know about summer is the library is also partners with the school district food service as a summer meal site.
Oh.
So we did it last year, was our first year, and over 250 children were served. So we'll have more information coming about that from the school district. I haven't received it yet, like what time the drop-off will be. But yeah, people just can swing in and pick up their food for their children under 18. I forget the rest of the details, but we'll have a full listing once that's been given to us.
Okay, very good. Let's take one more quick break here. We'll be right back. You're listening to Sarah Cournoyer of the Beaver Dam Community Library on Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
on 95.3 WBEV in the Daily Dodge TV studios. Here's Terry Bell.
Thank you so much, Jake, and welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Our guest today is Sarah Cournoyer of the Beaver Dam Community Library. And a busy day at the library as the big move from the temporary location back to the renovated permanent location is underway today. You've hired some professional movers, and that was probably a good idea. It's a lot of precious cargo to take care of, and a lot of it.
There are.
You brought some fun facts about the move.
That's right. There's approximately 100,000 materials in the library, as well as all of our furniture and other contents, technology items. So as we speak, movers are dropping off semi-loads of bookshelves, or we call them porter racks. They do, and that's what we picked up. So they'll be dropping off 350 carts. There are 21 and a half linear feet of shelf space. And so that's approximately 7,525 linear feet of materials, give or take, because not all of them are books. We also have all of our Beyond Books collection kits, and Miss Sam added some new ones that I know she'll be excited to talk about. They just arrived, so they'll be ready to launch when we open the doors in May. What else do we have? Yeah, I'm kind of having trouble sitting still because I'm really excited and
Okay.
like this is the day we've been waiting for.
I'll bet.
And
the fact that you took an hour out of it's such an important day to talk to us, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, happy to do so, and it's really good timing just to let people know that there are library services available. The digital services are still open, even though the library physical buildings and book drops are closed. So, Libby, this is a great chance if you haven't tried an ebook or an e-audio book or a magazine. Your library card gives you access to Libby. This is also a good time to let you know that our staff will try and respond to any phone calls or emails that go to the library in as timely a manner as we can do so, because at certain times we won't have internet access at one building or our computers hooked up at the other. So we'll be monitoring that as best we can. If you need digital support, I know folks liked Aaron when they did that, so he's going to be keeping up on that. Anita will be keeping up on the local history questions or other reference questions, because we do get a large volume of that. Maybe not like the New York Public Library, if you've ever looked into that, but so we will do our best to be responsive that way. But while the library is closed, check out our digital resources. For kids, there's Comic Plus. Hoopla also has materials for kids, as well as music and movies, great courses even. So you can keep learning while we're open or closed. Universal class. You can find this all on our website at beaverdamlibrary.org. So great place to keep track of all of that. Links to the catalog. What else can I tell you about?
Not so much. I think we've pretty much shared all the fun facts that you brought. Let's talk a little bit about, summertime in the library, and summer reading is a big part of a lot of people's lives, and you brought with you some top 10 lists for summer reading that people might want to consider.
That's right, I did. So I thought it might be fun, and just summer reading starts June 1st. You can do your reading. We have programs for all ages from birth through 101 or more. And you can sign up on Beamstack or use a paper log. We also, that reminded me, we should have let folks know there is a reading challenge going on right now that's for while we're closed. So
Okay.
visit our webpage, and you will be able to get linked to our Beanstack site if you're not already a user. But the top 10 list, I brought different top 10 lists, and these are from January 1st through April 10th. So probably no surprise. There are a couple of familiar names on here. Kristen Hanna has been super popular. So the Four Winds is the highest checkout, tied with Frida McFadden, another popular author that we have to keep buying additional copies to meet the demand, has The Tenant. And then the third book tied is The Women by Kristen Hanna, which has been enjoying popularity since publication. I think we've got probably 5 or more copies. The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, also very popular. Emily Henry hits the list with Great Big Beautiful Life. The Last Thing He Told Me, Laura Dave is on there. And All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. And so these are all really popular titles. And I haven't read any of these. I haven't had time, but there's a couple of these that are on my to-be-read list.
Okay, and those are all for adult reading?
These are all adult fiction titles.
Fiction, okay.
Mm-hmm. Some of these are new, and some of these have been out for a while. So we typically keep a new designation on materials for between 9 to 12 months, which sounds like a long time, but if you've got a 28-day checkout period, that we want it to be available on shelf long enough for folks who haven't seen that yet.
Very good. Some other top 10 lists. What category is this one?
Let's see. This one is adult nonfiction, and I'll just share the top 3. So number 1, a book that has been I've been seeing all over the social media or heard people talking about in the community is The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins.
Interesting. What's that all about?
Well, that one I actually did check out and had time to flip through and get the most important stuff. But it's a life-changing tool to let people do things. And I'm also going to put a plug in. You can Google these book titles. You can find short synopses of them. You can get a summary. But if you are looking for read-alikes or you want a really detailed one, we have under the recommendations in our resources on the website is a tool called Novelist. And I just love this. Parents like this too because they can find out about the books their children are reading and if that, so that they can make choices that fit their family's values. But Novelist can give you read-alikes and lists. So, yeah, the Let Them Theory is just kind of less stress and let people...
I think I might be familiar with this notion. This is about not worrying about what other people do that might upset you, letting that go and concentrate on what it is in life you can control. Is that, am I
that's
close?
Pretty much the gist of what I have.
All right.
And also let them think what they will if it is something that is the right thing to do or the right thing for you. So it's a book about empowerment and really letting go of the things that we don't need to hold on to that might be holding us back. And then Homeschooled, a Memoir, is a book by Stefan Miller. And I did look this one up while we were kind of waiting to go on air. And this is about a young man who grew up in Texas and kind of his family's homeschool journey. Sounds like an interesting read, actually, in terms of, it sounds like maybe not everything worked well, that there may have been some codependency, but that's... memoirs have been really popular lately.
You bet they have, yeah.
There are all kinds of those that you can find. And then the third book is also a new title in that list. This one is by John Kennedy, and it's called How to Test Negative for Stupid. So I haven't read this one. I think this one is a political nonfiction book. And so we really try to have something for everyone at the library and things that people are reading. Some of the other ones, Tin Fish Pantry Cookbook. Would
Oh,
not
darn.
have picked that for a top 10,
Okay.
but 100 recipes from tuna and salmon to crab and more. So,
Okay.
canned goods.
Are cookbooks still popular with so much available online?
So I think that is a generational thing.
Okay.
My daughter was home last weekend and I asked her about a recipe for something she had made and she's like, "Oh, well, I can show you. It's on TikTok." So she gets hers in the video format. However, they are still popular. I still enjoy a print cookbook. But I also use the internet, and we do see a lot
There's
of
a
them
lot
being
of demand
used
for the
and
physical
placed hold,
cookbooks.
or
Yeah.
if there is a particular topic, paleo or DASH diet, some of those types of things.
Yeah. Now let's say there's a book I want to check out and it's very popular. Might I have to wait a while before my name comes to the top of the list?
That's a great question. Sometimes you will have to. If it is a book that is popular within the system, Beaver Dam library card holders get priority for Beaver Dam items. So your list, if you place that hold, and I will encourage all listeners to place holds because that's basically how you get dibs on it. That's how you get, like if you think about the meat counter when you used to take your number or the
Sure.
bakery, that's how you get in line is by placing a hold. And then we'll purchase more copies. So if more than 5 people have a hold on an item, that shows that we need to have another copy and we'll purchase another. So sometimes there are wait times, but for print, we try and keep them pretty short. Libby, which is the digital version, there have been long wait times. It's a statewide thing, but our library system is working on shortening wait times. So, yeah.
Okay. Speaking of short wait times, we just have a few seconds left in the show. Anything else you want to remind us about the big move for the library?
Well, I suppose kind of like this hour, time flies, and a month sounds like a long time, but visit your other Monarch libraries and use the digital services. Hopefully you stocked up before we closed, and we're all looking forward to welcoming the community into their new library on May 18th.
Very good. Thank you, Sarah Cournoyer. It's always time well spent. Thanks for joining us on Community Comment.
Glad to be here.
You're listening to 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.